Hello, everybody. The Warriors, with 4.5 minutes to go, they made a very impressive comeback, not just because of the deficit, but because fouls were called on the Warriors on practically every play down the stretch. The Warriors were noting that Jarrett Allen was playing a drop defense, so that means that here, even though Kevon Looney's going way up high to set the screen, Jarrett Allen says, "You're not the boss of me. I don't have to follow you up there." And he just hangs right around here, so way off of Kevon Looney. And so the Warriors, anticipating this, have Kevon Looney set a flat screen, so the angle is here, and it's not a screen on the side here or here. And what that does is that it pretty much guarantees that the defender is going to run into the screen, and Steph is going to have a head of steam going straight down the court, where he's going to immediately have an open three. So if he went this way, then he'd be at half court and he'd have to do some maneuvering to get an open three. So this flat screen is going to spring Steph perfectly. Jarrett Allen did come out above the three-point line, but now Steph is barreling at him and threatening to just run right by him. So he has a normal human reaction and he steps back to get ready to chase Steph Curry. Steph says, "Thank you for the space." Okay, the next play down, the Warriors run the same play where Looney sets this really flat screen. Donovan Mitchell runs straight into it. Steph Curry is free to the races and running at Jarrett Allen. You remember he stepped back to try to contain Steph, but this time he runs right at Steph to not give any room to Steph to pull up for a three, and Steph counters this by running by him, which forces Mobley here to rotate to pick up Steph, and that leaves Draymond Green free. Once Mobley commits, Jarrett Allen stays with Steph because no one ever got fired for staying with Steph Curry. Draymond does this 45-degree angle cut. Steph throws a stylish pass right to Draymond. Beautiful finish. He gets 3 lucky bounces there. But the last bounce is not so lucky because it goes off his shoulder and he gets a delay of game penalty for pachinkoing that ball out of there. Do you recognize this play? Ball gets fed into the passing post. We have 2 shooters coming together at the top of the key. One of them's going to dive. One of them is going to come over and take the cross screen. This is what I call the triple split, what Steve Kerr calls the gaggle action, which we covered last video. The Cavs try to defend this by this guy jams Jordan Poole. This guy is late trailing Steph Curry. So Jordan Poole ends up powering his way into the lane, which makes Jarrett Allen drop back to contain this dive. That's pretty aware defense. On this side, Looney is screening Steph, who's now just free because Allen dropped back to contain this dive. The Cavs get lucky and Steph just misses this. And as usual, the Warriors get called for a foul at the end of the play. This ball takes a real 50-50 bounce. Klay doing God's work trying to box out Jarrett Allen, but he is a lot taller than Klay. Kevon Looney comes to back him up by flying in here, fighting for the ball up high. And it's hard to tell if he actually clobbered Jarrett Allen. Allen seems to go to the ground a lot, but in this case, Kevon Looney ends up knocking this ball out. Now we've got a counterattack, and things go really wrong for the Cavs. Even though Jarrett Allen was wandering off out of bounds, Kevon Looney usually ends up trailing these plays, so there's not a numbers advantage. So it's 4-on-4 this way, but Darius Garland over here loses track of who he's guarding. So you see the Cavs are matched up here. Steph's guarded, Draymond's guarded, Wiggins is guarded, Garland is guarding no one. Who can Garland guard? Oh, you see him looking around like, I could have sworn I should be guarding somebody. And it's Klay over here trying to blend in with the advertisement over here. And he just kind of quietly wanders over to the side. Draymond sees all, though, with his Draydar. And Garland figures out just a split second too late that he should be guarding Klay. He tries to hustle over there to pick him up again, but that 1-second mistake gives Klay an open three. All right, it's his round 3 of the flat screen cat and mouse game. So here's Kevon Looney coming to set a flat screen on Steph's defender. We've got Jarrett Allen playing pretty high up now. And you remember last time Steph decided to just drive on Jarrett Allen and try to punish him for being up so high. But in this case, the Warriors try their zigzag variation, so there will be the same pick, but Steph is going to whip the ball to Draymond all the way across the court. And now, while people temporarily peek at Draymond, Steph is just going to sneak behind Jarrett Allen and just not stop. This is a pretty sublime pass for Draymond to get it through this forest of tall, excellent defenders. And Steph just holds onto the ball and muffs the bunny. Draymond contains this drive beautifully. This is just a wild scrum for the rebound. Jarrett Allen again ends up on the floor. I think he was legitimately hit a few times in this game, but it can't be that every play you end up on the floor. Here, everything seems stable. The Cavs are all matched up again. And so Steph, instead of going straight to a relocation, he does something clever. First, he drives, and that forces Darius Garland to stay with him, and Jarrett Allen over here does not trust Garland to contain Steph, so he comes over to help. We have two men on Steph. Steph can throw the ball to Draymond and then get the ball right back in a relocation. Probably the proper way to play this is for both of them to jump out at Steph and then to try to end up switching back to their man. But instead, Garland clearly wants Jarrett Allen to switch to Steph on the perimeter, and he's really insistent, giving a shove in the back of Allen. He's just pushing him, saying, "Go get him, Pokemon, I choose you." And Steph pulls up for yet another huge three. And do you think Steph knew that this ball's going in? There's the shot, and here's the ball. And Steph has turned to look at the Cavaliers bench, and I think he's explaining the finer points of baking Italian flatbread. Now it's just a wild scrum again to try to get this rebound. Kevon Looney is boxing out Jarrett Allen. And I think Jarrett Allen is going to go to the ground again. Oh, he managed to stay on his feet. Kevon Looney is going to sky for a sweet rebound here. And Steph knows what time it is. Donovan Mitchell is kind of boxing out Steph, which lets Steph leak out completely, unguarded. Garland alertly tries to pick up Steph. Steph tries to hesitate to feel Garland's defense on him so he can bounce away from him towards the basket. And Garland is saying, haha, I'm not going to bounce off you because I just won't play defense on you. And Steph finishes anyway. Jarrett Allen, happily for the Warriors, misses a big free throw. So now the Warriors go to the good old Steph Klay pick and roll, or if you're a pedant, pick and pop. I've seen them run this play 50 times, and I don't think I've ever seen Klay make contact on a screen before. As usual here, he's just running up. Steph takes the screen, but Klay insta-ghosts the screen and just pivots to pop out to an open area. We covered this 2 videos ago. But Okoro over here is not expecting the screen, and so he just runs full blast into Klay. And so not only does Klay make contact for the first time on one of these screens, but he just absolutely clocks Okoro in the head. Bonk. And Steph in the meantime says, oh, maybe I should make this open 3. More stuff happened, but that's pretty much game. Alright, quick celebration audit. Here's Klay ghosting the screen right into Okoro's skull. Here's Steph taking the screen. Here's Klay holding up his hands saying, hey, that was not a foul. We've got Draymond coming in with the threes. He's got his fingers in Fleming left hand rule for daggers position, and he nicely flows this into the kind of dance a 5-year-old would do if you gave him $3 for ice cream. Jordan Poole with his traditional Botox gone wrong nasty face celebration, and let's see how long he holds it. He's holding it. He has longevity on these Botox faces. Still got it. But oh, he finally looked away. And you know who's outlasted Jordan Poole's Botox face? Klay. He still got his hands up with the I didn't do it pose. He's still holding it. That's right, Klay. The longer you hold the I didn't do it, the more the refs will believe that. And Steph, do you think this game is over, Steph? Steph throwing in a little subtle night-night. It's not a long one. Kind of microdosing the night-night. But it's enough so we know that this game is over.